Hello, Felicity. It's been a while. Are you well?
Hey, Evelyn. I'm doing great, thanks. How have you been?
Tip-top. It's now a good time to talk. I know there's a time difference with us back here in the States.
It's cool. I'll still be awake for another hour or two. Can't believe how long it's been.
Right? It feels like ages since we spoke.
No kidding. When was the last time we met in person? Must have been like 3 years ago now.
Sorry, darling. I'll take the blame for that one. I've been so busy you wouldn't believe. All sorts of stuff happened since we last spoke. Did you hear about my mother-in-law's accident? She couldn't look after herself anymore and we had to put her in an old folks' home. Oh, I've been so occupied with the hustle and bustle of life that I haven't had a chance to fly over and see you as much as I would have loved to.
Wow, that's awful. I hadn't heard. I hope she's okay. Are you still in touch with Henrik? He hasn't mentioned you in a while.
Not really. He's not the only one either. We must be the least in touch family on the planet. My mom doesn't even have Peeps Messenger installed on her phone. Can you believe that? Who doesn't use Peeps Messenger in this day and age?
She never was great with technology, huh?
It's not that we don't get along. She's just not built for this age. Our family has always been aloof. I guess you could say we tend to be indifferent to what's going on in the lives of those around us. Anyway, it doesn't bother me. If anything, the fact I haven't heard from my mom in a while just proves things are going great for her. Think about it. A lot of people only ever reach out when they're in trouble or they want something for you, right?
Wow, that's a good point. I never thought about it that way before, but you're right. Anyway, how come you messaged me today? Did something happen?
My husband said he thought I should message everyone, since it's been such a while. Your brother always was the more family-oriented member of the marriage. I did think about messaging Hendrik, but I knew I had more chance of getting a tan from a light bulb than getting a reply out of him. So I decided to say hi to you instead.
My husband's not that bad, you know. He can be a little slow getting back to people sometimes, but he's not being rude. He just gets bogged down with work a lot.
Really? Leaving my messages unread seems awfully rude to me. You wouldn't think we were siblings. I always get the feeling he does it because he couldn't care less about speaking to me. He's rude if you ask me.
Oh, come on, Evelyn. He's really not like that. I'm sure he just read it and forgot to reply after getting distracted by something. His schedule is as hectic as they come.
Does he leave you unread too?
Well, now that you mention it, no. He's probably too scared to leave me on read because he knows I'd flip out at him at the breakfast table. He knows there'd be consequences because we live together.
You always did have a knack for flying off the handle. You know, it's strange. No one on our side of the family ever gets mad. We're as cool as cucumbers. We leave each other on the red all the time, but no one ever loses their temper over it. It's almost like none of us got the angry genes.
It's surreal how similar you guys all are. You're like a carbon copies of each other.
How's life abroad?
Things are a little manic sometimes, but I can't complain. Life is good. It's been 10 years now, so it feels less like abroad and more like home, if I'm honest.
Oh, I can't believe my brother landed a job over there. It feels like a lifetime ago that you first went. I think you were brave for going with him.
You know, it's a crazy coincidence, but I'd actually been wanting to try living over here for a while. I couldn't believe my luck when he told me about the job. I knew it was once-in-a-lifetime opportunity the moment he told me. I was never gonna let it slip away from me.
Yep, just like I said. You've got balls of steel, girl. You have a job there yourself now, right? I heard you speak fluent Thai as well?
I guess I kinda just picked up from living here so long. It helps that Henrik was fluent before we got here, which of course played a big part in him getting the job in the first place. We made a deal that English was banned at home until I was at least conversational enough to get better by practicing with the locals. My progress skyrocketed after that.
Wow, you really are a hard worker. I think that's incredible. What's the cost of living like over there?
There are a couple luxury items that cost what they would back home, but in general, it's a lot cheaper. We get to live like royalty on our American salaries. We live in a city, so the prices here are the highest in the country, but it's still a drop in the ocean compared to the average US state. Think of it like this. I can get 2 Big Macs here for the price of 1 back home.
Wow. I hope you're watching your waistline, darling. That's amazing, though. So things cost about half as much in general? Hendrik's company covers the rent on your apartment too, right?
Right. We wouldn't be more grateful. We're used to it now, but it was a weird feeling at first to be able to save so much money. We could never live like this in the States. I guess that's part of why we've been here for so long.
What about your salary? Have you had any pay raises?
My salary? Well, I did get promoted a few years back. So, yeah, I got a pay rise.
Between living in such a cheap country, having your rent paid, and working for a prestigious American company, you must be raking it in. Your outgoings must be super low, and I bet you can put away more money than most people could ever dream of saving. You must have a nice little nest egg tucked away.
I guess we don't do too bad.
Oh no, would you listen to me? Harping on about money. Forgive me, I got carried away there.
It's fine.
It's just that the economy is going to the dogs over here right now. And I'm really curious about how things are for you guys over on the other side of the world. Our gas bill almost doubled in the last year, and my husband's bonus just got halved. Things are so rough, I'm considering moving abroad myself.
But Maine has some of the most beautiful natural landscapes and lowest crime rates in all of America. Wouldn't you miss that? I get that rising prices can only be a bad thing, but I still feel like you'd be letting go of a whole host of amazing perks. There are a lot of people who'd kill to be in your situation right now.
You might be right. I suppose the grass is always greener on the other side. Anyway, I'm pleased to see you're doing well, Felicity. I'll make more of an effort to stay in touch from now on.
Sure, I like that. Don't be a stranger.
Oh, Felicity, this is bad. My mom's seriously hurt.
What? What happened?
She had a fall while she was out for her morning walk and hit her head hard. She lost consciousness and now she won't wake up.
Oh my god. Is her life in danger?
No, thank God. She was rushed to the hospital in an ambulance. The doctor was confident she'll make it.
Yeah, I hope you're okay, sweetie. Me and Henrik will arrange a flight back to the States as soon as we can. We want to be there for her.
Oh, don't do that, darling. There's no need to do anything drastic. Besides, we're in the midst of a pandemic. Why put yourself at unnecessary risk of the virus? You might have the immunity to fight it off, but Mom's in a bad way right now. If she caught it in this state, I dread to think what might happen to her. In any case, hospitals are keeping visits to a minimum.
You're right. Things calmed down over here recently, so it's easy to forget you guys are still in the middle of a lockdown. But come to think of it, I did read something about visits to elderly relatives being encouraged against recently. President Peepton's a strict one.
Right, and for good reason. Anyway, even if you came, we won't be able to take you in at our house. I'm juggling work with visiting Mom right now, and when she starts to improve, the plan is to bring her home and look after her there. Oh, I'm so sorry, darling. We just don't have much room to breathe right now. I'm grateful for the sediment, though.
It's cool, Evelyn. You're right. It'd probably be all kinds of awkward for you if we showed up with everything's been going on.
Would you mind waiting till things have calmed down a little for the visit? Sorry, I feel rude.
Don't be silly. You're not being rude at all. I completely understand. Of course we'll wait, sweetie. We'll hold off until things ease off. Things must be real tough for you right now. I feel guilty about how easy me and Henrik have it here in Thailand while you're over there dealing with all of this.
Well, don't. I was raised to look after my parents. I'm just doing my job. Besides, it's not like you're there on vacation. You moved abroad for work. Your lives are there now. Leave my mom to me.
Okay. I think you're amazing, Evelyn. Can't deny it, though. It sucks not being able to do anything to help you.
I'm telling you, you don't have to worry. How could you possibly help me anyway? You're over 8,000 miles away. Actually, wait. There is a way you could help. I have a favor to ask. Mom's been staying with us for a while, but based on what I researched today, it's gonna be a lot more expensive than I expected. Oh, I hate to ask this, but would you mind helping me out by sending some money our way?
Of course I will.
Oh, thank you so much. We want to care for her as a family, but to be honest, I think we'll struggle to keep on top of everything. We decided we wanted to hire a private carer, but they don't come cheap, and we won't be able to afford it at this rate. Anything you can afford to spare will be a big help, even more so if you can do monthly payments.
Monthly payments it is. Thanks. I feel a lot better now knowing we can actually be of use to you guys. I still wish we could do more, but I guess it can't be helped.
No. This is more than enough. I promise you.
How much do you need?
We'd be very grateful if you could send us $1,000 a month. Do you think you could do that?
Done. Use it on whenever you need to. Carers, services, medical devices, food, supplies, anything. You're not the only one bearing the burden anymore. We're in this together now.
Oh, thank you so much, darling. I feel like a weight's been lifted from my shoulders. To tell you the truth, the anxiety was starting to get the better of me.
I'm so sorry to hear that. It's only natural you'd be anxious at a time like this. Sorry I can't be there to give you a big hug.
It's fine, really. You don't have to keep apologizing. You'll be helping me more than you know with this money. It's not like this is anyone's fault. It hit us like a bolt out of the blue. She always seems so fit and steady on her feet.
Yeah, me neither. I was speechless when you told me.
You and my mom never exactly got on like a house on fire, did you?
What do you mean? I thought we got along just fine.
Not that it's your fault. She doesn't have many friends, thanks to her prickly personality. She's always been selfish. That's why I hardly ever message her. If not for the accident, who knows how many years we'd have passed in silence. I'm guessing you haven't been in touch with her either?
No, we haven't messaged in a while, but it's not because I'm trying to avoid her or anything. My schedule's just hectic is all. I'll admit she can be unpredictable and pointed with her words at times, but I don't think there's any ill will behind it.
You always were kind, Felicity. I like that about you. I feel guilty about not checking up on her all these years now. Maybe if we'd have been in touch, I could have prevented this somehow. So I regret not messaging her more. Hey, Felicity. I have a favor to ask. Would you mind sending more money over for my mom's care expenses? It turns out we still don't have enough to cover everything we need.
Wow, really? How can that be?
Looking after a seriously injured, bedridden old lady is harder than I expected. You said we could use the money on anything we wanted before, right? Well, we were thinking of hiring more private carers to ease the burden.
To care for who? Your mom's here with me right now.
Huh? What are you talking about? How could my mom possibly be with you on the other side of the world when she's here in our house, bedridden and drifting in and out of consciousness?
Why is it so hard for you to believe?
Because you're in Thailand?
Yep, your mom came over to see us. She just arrived. At her house.
In Thailand?
I can't tell you how surprised I was to see her standing on my doorstep. I thought maybe I ate some wacky mushrooms by mistake or something. But it's really her, and she didn't have the foggiest idea what I was talking about when I mentioned the accident. You wouldn't happen to have an explanation for this, would you, Evelyn?
Why would my mom be there?
Shocking, right? Apparently, she just happened to be on vacation over here with a group of her friends and decided to stop by while she was here. She said she was dying to see her grandkids since it's been so long. She said she wanted to surprise us.
My mom's on vacation in Thailand? Are you sure this isn't a case of mistaken identity? She hates traveling.
She said she wanted to know what it was like to go abroad at least once in her life before she got too old for it to be possible. To tell you the truth, she kind of threw a spanner into the works. Me and Henrik had to cancel most of our plans, but we didn't tell her that, or even particularly mind, because we were pleased to see her. I'm also grateful for her for making me realize you were lying to me. So, about that explanation, I'm waiting.
Well, I had my reasons.
What reasons could you possibly have for scamming me out of $1,000 a month?
There was an emergency and I needed money quickly. I planned on telling you the truth and apologizing eventually.
Like hell you did. You know, I did think it was a little suspicious when my estranged sister-in-law got in touch with me out of the blue after no contact for years with some story about her injured mother. I like to see the best in people and take everyone at face value, so I put my doubts to one side. You know, I knew something didn't feel right when you kept quizzing me about mine and Henrik's finances. I should have trusted my gut.
I'm sorry. I was in so much trouble. I didn't have the luxury of worrying about what you might think of me. I had no choice, I swear.
Oh yeah? And why is that? Your husband has a good job at a well-paying company. How is it that you can be in such dire straits that you have no choice but to deceive your sister-in-law? Doesn't make any sense.
I'm in debt. I went on too many shopping trips.
You went into debt to go shopping? What the hell did you buy?
You know, just the usual. Clothing, makeup, designer bags, perfume, accessories, that sort of thing.
Wow. So what you mean is, you got yourself into debt to buy a bunch of frivolous, unnecessary crap? You have nobody to blame but yourself.
I've been trying so hard to cut down on my expenses, but no matter what I did, I could never make the repayments on time.
Does your husband know you're in debt?
No.
I see.
I thought I could pay it all off without him finding out. I'm sorry I lied to you.
Your mom sat next to me as we speak, Evelyn. She's not happy with you. You pretended she was seriously injured and bedridden to guilt me into giving you money.
I'm sorry, Mom. I'll apologize properly in person when you come home, I promise.
She says she hasn't heard from you in years. Obviously, it's wrong to use someone like this no matter what, but to think you did it despite being basically estranged from her for years somehow makes it seem worse.
I'll pay you back every last cent of the money you gave me. I swear. Please, will you forgive me?
No, I damn well won't forgive you. And yeah, you're damn right, you'll pay me back right now.
I'm about to meet my friend. I can't right now. Can you give me a year? I'll put in more hours at work and pay you back. I promise.
A year? You must be joking me. Your promises mean nothing to me. I can never trust another word that comes out of your mouth. Your mom messaged me. She just landed back in Maine. I asked her to do something for me. I asked her to chase you down and collect my money.
I already told you I can't pay you back right now. I'm not making it up, you know. I genuinely don't have it.
Surely there are some things in your house you can sell. You could also reduce your outgoings by a hefty margin if you canceled your life insurance plan.
Sell my things?
You know how debt collectors seize property when people don't have the cash to pay back what they owe? If you don't have the money, then do what you have to do to make it.
Please hear me out. The things in this house belong to my husband too. I can't just go off and sell them without his permission. Besides, he doesn't know about any of this. If I started asking about selling things, the cat would be out of the bag, and I'd be in a world of trouble.
I couldn't care less if your husband finds out, and I couldn't care less if you get in trouble. I want my money back, and we're not done until I get it. I arranged for your mom to meet him, actually. She's gonna explain to him a few uncomfortable truths about what you've been up to behind his back and ask for his cooperation with getting hold of the money you owe me.
No, please, you can't. You mustn't. I'm begging you, I'll do anything. Just don't tell my husband.
He doesn't even know about the debt, does he? I feel bad for him. A marriage should be based on trust, and there you are, off living a separate life behind his back. I think he has a right to know what you've been doing.
If my husband finds out about this, my life is over. I'm begging you, please stop. There has to be another way.
Evelyn, what you did was fraud. You broke the law. You should be grateful all I'm doing is telling your husband, because I'd be well within my rights to call the cops, in which case your husband would find out and you go to court.
Fraud?
Don't tell me you're surprised. I'm happy to hire a lawyer and have this out before a judge if that's the way you want to play it, Evelyn. It's up to you.
You take me to court?
Absolutely. But doesn't have to be that way. You know, you should be thanking me for being merciful enough to be willing to settle this without it coming to that. Your mom's taking care of most of this for us since the physical debt collection would be difficult with me and Henrik living in Thailand. I'd be lying if I said I didn't feel a little awkward about asking her, but she gladly agreed to help.
My own mother?
Yes, your own mother. Something tells me being used as a pawn in your twisted scheme rubbed her up the wrong way. You know, it's funny. I remember you telling me she was selfish. And sure, maybe she does have a selfish side, but she has a strong sense of justice, and she knows the difference between right and wrong. Unlike you.
Are you saying she's better than me?
Not that she's better than you per se, more that you have a broken moral compass, and she doesn't. But one thing's for sure, you have no right to insult and look down your nose at her like you do. From where I'm standing, she seems like a more decent, respectable person than you could ever dream of being.
Why do you need to be so mean to me? Stop it! I said you'll get your damn money back. Isn't that enough?
The fact that you think you can make this all disappear just by paying me back tells me everything I need to know about what kind of person you really are. That said, if you do want my forgiveness, then that process begins with you paying me back every cent of what you owe me, right now.
Please, at least give me a month.
No can do. Your mom will be taking the reins from here. You're going to wait patiently until she launches her assault.
Launches her assault? Why do you have to use such aggressive language? I'm trying to cooperate with you. Anyway, you're living the high life on your big, fat American salary in Thailand. You said it yourself. You live like royalty, damn it. Why can't you give me more leeway? I know you can afford it too.
This is rich. You're not actually getting mad with me, are you?
No. But I did apologize, and I promise I'll pay you back. Is there really any need to pile on the pressure this aggressively?
You just don't get it, do you? I give up. You seem to have absolutely no comprehension of the gravity of what you did. If you were struggling financially, you should have spoken to somebody and reached out for help. We all struggle sometimes. It's a part of life. But most of us don't pretend our mothers are on death's door to swindle family members out of their hard-earned money. The only reason I'm piling on the pressure is because you deserve to suffer the consequences of what you did.
I get that you're mad, Felicity, but please, if you go through with this, I think my husband might divorce me. I can't bear to lose him. Please, anything but that.
Anything? Okay, pay me back right now.
I told you I can't do that. Do you have no mercy in your heart?
You know, me and Henrik have been through a lot since moving over here 10 years ago, and we've grown a lot as people in the process. Want to know the number one most important thing we learned? That you should never give up without a fight. We learned to cultivate the inner strength needed to fight with everything we have. We learned to be bold and fearless in asserting our claims, never yielding in the face of unfair treatment and never backing down from a challenge. You should have never picked a fight you weren't capable of winning. You made the biggest mistake of your life, and now you're gonna pay. After that, my mother-in-law set to work on righting her wayward daughter's wrongs, just like I asked her to. She forced her way into their house, confronted her husband in the kitchen, and told him everything. To say he was shocked to learn his wife was a debt-ridden fraudster would be an understatement. After flying into a rage with Evelyn, calming down, and then getting overwhelmed once more, and bursting into tears, he began apologizing profusely and promised to make her pay back everything she owed me. Not long after that, he divorced her. I think we all saw that one coming. With that, Evelyn was alone in the world, but nothing but debts to her name. Now being homeless, due to the fact that the house belonged to her ex-husband, who now wanted nothing to do with her, she begged her mom for help. Unfortunately for Evelyn, her mom was so disgusted with her, she vowed never to speak to her again. What can I say? When you burn all your bridges, you ended up stranded. That's all I know about the fate of my ex-sister-in-law. Who knows what kind of life she might be living now? I have no way of knowing, and to be honest, I don't care. Me and my husband have been through a lot since moving to Thailand 10 years ago. But this outrageous little episode gave me the biggest shock of my life.